Hello students, I am Professor Sanjay from University of Hyderabad. Today we will deal with communication research, specifically focusing on Module 10. Module 10 has two units. In the first unit, I will talk about qualitative research and its utility to communication and media research. In the second unit, I will deal with qualitative approaches, methods and techniques. As all of you know, communication and media research draws heavily from social science research, methods and techniques. Social science research can be broadly grouped into quantitative and qualitative methods. In communication, both methods are widely used, although much of the work in the initial years was based on quantitative methods. Other modules in this course have already touched upon quantitative methods. This module focuses on qualitative methods. We will first deal with the features of qualitative research and its utility in mass communication. Later, we will deal with a few qualitative methods such as ethnography, narrative, phenomenological, grounded theory, case study and qualitative content analysis. I will try and focus on the utility of qualitative research for communication and media research. It is as popular as quantitative research, although less used across disciplines ranging from anthropology and sociology, psychology, education and communication. The primary purpose of qualitative research is to explore and provide a detailed description of the complex reality of a given situation, which may help in providing explanatory module and theories. However, generalizability of qualitative study results will be limited to similar areas, groups and situations. Qualitative research follows an inductive approach. A fundamental distinction between qualitative and quantitative research relates to the type of data collection and analysis. In quantitative research, data will be in numerical form and will be amenable for statistical analysis. In qualitative research, data will be non-numerical, that is, in narrative form. In other words, in qualitative research, the characteristics, traits and qualities are not measured numerically, but they are often described. Being non-numerical, qualitative data cannot subject itself to statistical analysis. Let me explain the definitions and characteristics of qualitative research. This will help us to understand its fundamental characteristics, purpose and focus. Amy Holloway, for example, who is a British sociologist and focuses on community health, has given an apt description. According to Amy, qualitative research is a form of social inquiry that focuses on the way people interpret and make sense of their experiences and the world in which they live. A number of different approaches exist within the wider framework of this type of research, but most of these have the same aim, that is, to understand the social reality of individuals, groups and cultures. We use qualitative approaches to explore the behavior, perspectives and experiences of the people whom we wish to study. The basis of qualitative research lies in the interpretive approach to social reality. Another description of qualitative research has been provided by communication scholar Norman Denzin. Focusing on education, their definition is as follows: qualitative research is multi-method in focus, involving an interpretative, naturalistic to the subject matter. This means that qualitative researchers study things in their natural settings, attempting to make sense of or interpret phenomenon in terms of the meanings people bring to them. Qualitative research involves the studied use and collection of a variety of empirical materials. It may be a case study, personal experience, introspective, a life story, interview, observations, historical, interaction, and visual text. We may think that they are routine and problematic, and that is how qualitative research is defined. Another academician, Keith Punch, has given a brief definition, pointing out that the non-numerical nature of data in qualitative research is empirical research, where the data are not in the form of numbers. According to this method, the focus will not be on numbers. In this context, American sociologist Raby, who is best known for his books on social research, points out that the distinction between quantitative and qualitative data in social research is essentially the distinction between numerical and non-numerical data. The citations have been provided in the text as well. Qualitative data comes in the variety of forms. It can be field notes of the researchers, detailed observation of the groups and individuals. It can be based on transcripts of the interviews that you conduct, and also other kind of notes. It can draw itself from newspapers, books, films, television, and other programs. Let us say your research objective is to understand how communication activities take place in a social structure. Within that structure, you want to examine television viewing in a village or a community. In this situation, you may want to do an in-depth analysis of the social structure that inhibits television viewing or access to the television set. Through an intense observation of the situation, you would be able to record who was denied access and whether there was a pattern determined. If so, who guided that? This observation, weighed against other sources, will explain the social structure. It may also answer your research question. During the Cyclad instructional television experiment, historically known as CITE, many researchers used quantitative methods. However, qualitative methods was also encouraged. It was by way of field notes, which was intended to answer questions pertaining to the viewing situation and also influence of the social factors. Sampling in qualitative studies relies on what I would say as purposive sampling. Purposive sampling should relate itself to the study objectives. Another aspect is ethnography case studies have to be conducted in the natural settings. A major limitation of qualitative research is that the findings can be generalized to similar cases, but not to all areas and population. Thank you.